And a couple shout outs to Kissy Poo, Stephen Loki, Wolfheart, Casma Fiend, a couple of these subs coming in before we're getting in to probably one of the fan favorites in this game, in this weekend. We got CoRe. I know a lot of people would love to see him make a run, but also Capoch, he's a big name. He's already qualified in AOE2. He has probably the least pressure on the line out of this weekend, so no pressure does allow you to play a little bit more free. It might allow like a little bit of weight off of your shoulders to be having that advantage, and we are getting into game number 4.
Yeah, this is gonna be match point potentially for Capoch, but now there we go. We do hear those sheep being gathered up by the scouts as we have Capoch in the red playing as the English and CoRe on the other side of the map on Kawasan playing as the blue. Both players, interestingly enough, it looks like they're a little bit squished towards one of the sides of the maps here when it comes to the spawns.
Yeah, and Capoch going for that early barracks play, already dropping it on down, whereas CoRe, he's immediately going for a dock on that pond. So you guessed, we at least kind of said one person might go for it, one person might not, and CoRe opting for that early dock just how you said. Will he let it get burnt down and sneak around on the opposite side, or will he try to contest it up himself a little bit?
That's really interesting right now, looking at the way the map spawned, with both players being really, really close to one pond instead of the other. I mean, it means that it's going to be very obvious for Capoch, if he scouts it, which pond his opponent is going to go for. But it comes to scouting, and we see both players, they did only go for a single scout here. And that means that scouting could be a big thing where players might not have as much vision as they potentially need to react to some sneaky shenanigans from one of these players.
Yep, the man-at-arms trying to get spotted down by the scout for CoRe. CoRe's just chasing it down, following it exactly to where it goes, but Capoch doesn't know where the dock is on the side of CoRe yet, so CoRe's just kind of following in. I think naturally you would assume it to be kind of the opposite corner of your town center, but Capoch spots it out, moving up his other men-at-arms back and attempting to start burning down that dock before the fishing will pay off.
As soon as that dock got scouted, immediate pull from the man-at-arms. Now we see CoRe also going over to gold at the same time. I'm wondering right now what the play is going to be here for CoRe. We see a third man-at-arms now coming out here for Capoch. I mean, it's also going to mean that his age-up time is going to be a little bit delayed as he's spending a lot of gold on these men-at-arms. It means that not only is he going to need to gather food in order to go up, but just even more gold. It's sort of like a little bit like the HRE start, where they start with 0 gold at the beginning. It means there's going to be a lot of gold that he's going to have to regather in order to go up to the next age. Now we see just more and more fishing ships. CoRe just completely ignoring the pressure here from the men-at-arms. What's that to the right side? Is that a scout or a villager here next to the pond? Could be a scout looking to
I see another something coming out. If oh, it might just be that nope, villager following up behind it. There it is.
Yeah, and as I predicted, there might potentially be a second dock here coming out for CoRe. And CoRe also being able to take the sheep there for some reason. I guess Capoch was like, oh, okay, there's CoRe Scout. He probably has already gathered all the sheep that are there. I don't have to dig any further into that. But that might actually be mistaken. Right now, we also see that Capoch is housed right now. Now has to go for 4 villagers to build a house in order to get that up really, really soon. But it's going to hurt him a little bit here. And we see right now, in terms of economic units, just with the fishing ships, CoRe has a lot of economy going for him right now.
And I'm wondering if CoRe is going to go for a dock with that villager or go for an outpost with that villager. It looked like he was going to go for a position for a dock on the opposite side, but he just kept on moving forward with it and has that villager just chilling out in the stealth forest for the time being. Doesn't quite have enough for an additional dock yet.
Just doesn't have the resource right now, and
there
I mean the fishing ships right now, they're able to drop off and they're able to still gather for now, and now the second dock is going to come in. But at the same time though, Capoch, he's going to be trying to go for a dock of his own, but I mean he doesn't see it yet. He's only going to see it once the dock goes up.
Oh, and this is huge for CoRe, as his fishing won't be delayed for too long. Once those 4 fishing boats are going to be able to drop off, he probably will have enough for the age up timing, and that means military ships can start being produced for CoRe sooner than later, as the wood and gold has not been denied on his side yet. Proactively building a wall around the dock as well, as he has spotted out Capoch's dock, and has yet to end up having his side spotted.
And there we go.
Fast
Walls
builds the
have been
wall.
completed.
Oh my
Villager
god.
able to shoot down the villager. Is the villager going to get up the walls? It's going to slowly but surely take a lot of arrow fire here. CoRe is able to go
There's
up
a
at the
men at
same
arms
time.
though. The men at arms can go for the low health wall. It gets spotted out. I think it went for the full health wall to start. Oh no, it didn't.
Nah, did go for the low health one, but the villager is going to be relatively weak here, and CoRe knows this, so he's not going to opt into just fully finishing these walls. He's just going to build them as far as he's really comfortable to, and yeah, okay, he just really needs to get the HP up on these wall segments. One more shot, and then that villager is going to go down, isn't going to be able to increase the HP of that last wall segment. Could be tough here. He doesn't have enough gold right now to immediately produce that galley that he really needs in this situation.
He's going up though, and it's about 3/4 of the way. With the next drop off or so, will he be able to be enough to end up producing it, as well as getting it out before the men at arms can torch down his dock?
Capoch not opting for the weak HP wall, but instead for the one segment that has a little bit more HP, so this might be really good for CoRe. And immediately the galley is going to be queued. Capoch only just now going up to the next age, but right now, I mean, the economy with the fishing ships, it should be much better for CoRe, and we also see him going for the longbowman now at the same time.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, as that longbowman, it might not do too much, but to those Dark Age men at arms, it will do more than enough, and will immediately kind of transition that, like I said, to start forcing down some aggression on the opposite side, maybe the gold mine, and CoRe looks to have spotted out the dock on the opposite side as well.
8 seconds, that dock is not going to go down. The galley is going to be able to come out in time. This is a really well executed here by CoRe.
Yep.
And now the men-at-arms have to retreat. Really well played. I can't state that enough. I've seen it before. I'm seeing it again. I'm just amazed that it works every time.
Yeah, and not only that, CoRe's already docking on the opposite side pond, matching up Capoch's dock that he had just built. And guess who is already feudal age, and guess who's not? So CoRe can immediately go ahead and get a galley out on that opposite side dock if he wants to make sure to deny anything on the northwest side lake.
Yeah, Capoch now also opting for the upgrade for his men-at-arms, meaning that they're going to have a little bit more HP, meaning that they can take fights against these longbowmen a little bit easier. There we go, upgrade did just come in. Longbowmen a little bit out of position here, probably not going to be long for this world, as they're being chased by the men-at-arms.
Yeah, the longbowmen are definitely not along for this world, but Capoch split up a couple of those men-at-arms, and if those longbowmen can get over to where the dock is, the galley can protect them and allow them to live. Galley on the opposite side pond is about to pop out and will immediately start to take down the opposite men-at-arms. And ooh, it was the idea was to go to the galley to save himself, but a galley pops out on the side of Capoch, so the fishing should start being focused down, as those fishing ships can go down before the galleys can end up getting taken down by only one.
I think this really still has paid off really in a big way for CoRe. He now also has Galley on the other side. However, he's gonna need to produce a little bit more on that right side pond though. Now men-at-arms are further going towards the base of CoRe here. Fishing ships being attacked by the galley. Men-at-arms probably moving towards that gold here. That could be an issue for CoRe really soon.
Yeah, 5 or 6 men-at-arms aren't easily dealt with, as I'm sure Capoch will just keep those just out of range of the town center and just continually going back and forth harassing up that gold.
Galleys, 2 galleys focusing the weak one. Actually, no, the back galley is focusing the high HP one. Now switches over. It's going to be really important for whoever is able to kill that first galley. I think he should probably pull a couple of his fishing ships in order to repair. We see that there was a single longbowman there in order to deny the gold income for CoRe. So right now, he's not having any gold income. He's not going to be able to feel a whole lot of galleys here. He still does have 2 in the queue, so he's going to be fine there. No repair on the galley, though. Goes down.
Yeah, that was huge for CoRe. He definitely could have kept that alive, and now CoRe is the one who's being idled off of gold, which means no more galleys are easily able to be produced out of there. His fishing's starting to be denied, and he could have utilized those fishing boats to heal up that galley and keep it alive, rather than just being idled like they are now.
CoRe has a huge food economy behind all of this though, and we can also see that he has sent a lot of villagers over to that faraway gold at the top side of his base. So he might be looking for a castle age timing here as soon as is possible. He also dropped an outpost there, so he really wants to go castle here. Is gonna be fine with losing a couple of fishing ships here, as they have mostly already paid themselves off.
Yeah, and ultimately, if he can fully secure up the water as he is about to do, and still have 4 galleys out, 2 on each pond or 1 on each pond, then he can just full transition back into that fishing. Capoch looks to be moving up with his villagers. He might be going for an outpost on the wood line or for something forward, or to help him resecure.
I don't think that Capoch knows right now that CoRe is on that gold mine at the top of the base here. And I think Capoch really wants to just deny that gold income there. But it doesn't matter, because CoRe is able to gather gold elsewhere, and it's not going to be a big issue here for CoRe. At the same time, though, Capoch was able to kill a couple of villagers here and there. And especially with the fishing ship deaths, it means that Capoch is pretty much equal right now when it comes to the economy.
Yeah, it's equal for now. The worry for him is going to be long term, as I'm sure CoRe has probably started to re-up, or could start to re-up his fishing on the south side lake, as he has 3 galleys there. But the northwest side it looks like it's going to be even on galleys on the lake.
It looks like right now Capoch is figuring out that CoRe might be gathering gold somewhere else, as he is sending his military over towards that gold mine at the top. There's already an outpost there, and CoRe has information on that there's military approaching. Is going to be able to be just fine here, though he pressed the G command, so his villagers are going to go into the town center.
CoRe!
Oh. Loses only 1 villager though, and now the longbowmen are coming back here for CoRe.
And that's a decent little longbow mass that actually can start doing some damage to those good old tanky men-at-arms, and can easily take some favorable trades, and could even try to help snipe down anything that's coming out forward. However, Capoch, he's got that first outpost. Outpost not only gives him vision, but also gives him a network of castles bonus for any of his units that are going to be pushing up front and forward.
And that's going to be really, really important here, as we see overall longbowman count looking in favor of Capoch. And longbowmen, they're not reacting. Only just now noticed that he's under attack, and now he's going to lose a lot of longbows here to the men-at-arms and to the opponent's longbows. Tries to get a couple of villager kills here, might only get 1 though, as his longbow mass is thinned out by a lot here.
Yeah, Capoch is just really starting to turn this game around. It looked like CoRe was looking favorable for quite a while there, but just overall the pressure has been coming out from Capoch, and CoRe has been on the back foot reacting, and Capoch has just slowly eked himself out back into this game. He's resecured that northwest pond. He's starting his own fishing. He's continuing to pressure CoRe's eco as well.
Villagers now once again being shot at by the longbowmen from Capoch. I think there's gonna be at least 2 villagers going down. Nope, only 1 villager going down, as the longbowmen once again intercept from CoRe. Capoch at the same time though, he's trying to torch down that outpost, but the mass just isn't quite there yet in order to really finish it off. I think CoRe can literally just repair it at some point with his villagers and be completely fine there.
Yeah, it's kind of just dead even on the eco count still, as CoRe has been investing into those fishing ships heavier and heavier. Gold being denied, longbows finding more villager picks, and villagers just continuing to go down for CoRe, whereas Capoch on the other side, I don't think his villager eco has been touched for a while.
Yeah, and right now it looks like CoRe is still holding on to the idea of going to Castle Age here at some point. Meanwhile, Capoch, if we look at him, he is all in that Feudal Age. He wants to get that game over in Feudal Age. If CoRe is able to go up to Castle Age at some point here, it could prove troublesome though for Capoch. And now CoRe is trying to get an outpost up there. He does have enough longbowmen in his base though in order to repel that little attack here though. Longbows also finding CoRe out here on the deer. This could be really, really bad for CoRe again.
And CoRe's leading them right to the outpost that's getting built. Heavy villager migration onto that gold mine. Longbows could spot it out. Couple longbows coming in defense here, but Capoch has the numbers pretty favorably. CoRe just deciding to leave his villagers out there stranded. outpost does not go up, and all of the longbows are going to end up going down for CoRe as well.
It's a lot of villager kills here for Capoch, and now the outpost is built, but there is no units inside of it. CoRe, you gotta put units inside of that outpost in order to start shooting with it. Oh no, more villagers going down. Now 34 villagers, and CoRe holds the GG. Ah, it looked so good for a long time here, but CoRe is not gonna click up to the Castle Age, and he does lose the set 3-1.
Yeah,
really, really hard game here. It looked so good for CoRe at some points, and
he just got stuck in the middle of that, wanting to go up to Castle Age, but having to at least protect himself up a little bit, kept delaying it, and it just got to the point where Capoch was all in, and CoRe, you see the resources in the bank, he had enough for Castle, but just didn't have the ability to drop it.
Yeah, this was a really close game. I don't think CoRe was really out of this. He probably overestimated the economy that his opponent had behind all of this. Because at the end of the day, looking at it, 4,726 food compared to 4,100 definitely was still in the game. It's just that the pressure from Capoch here was too much, and CoRe just didn't think that he was able to win this game in the long run.